Welcome to the Cobley Captures YouTube channel. This is my 1989 BMW E30. The reason for me creating this channel and making this video today is essentially to hold me accountable. I have owned this BMW E30 for 4 years now. About 50% of its life it has spent not running on my drive. That's not the state of it at the moment. It does run, which is brilliant, but it's a bit shabby outside, terrible inside, but it does drive on the road. It has a valid MOT. There is a long list of things that need doing, which we will run through in today's video, but this series will be me documenting the process of getting it back to, obviously not showroom standard, but in a much better condition. We're going to break this down into two sections, exterior and interior. Trust me, the list is long in both areas. But as you can see, the state of the outside is really poor. There are dents, there are scratches, there are scuffs of paint, there's broken lighthouses. It's terrible. It polishes up okay, I will admit, but overall it really needs some work, and it's the thing that lets this car down, basically. So, first thing on the list for exterior is the hole in the roof. That has clearly just rusted through over time. It did then get knocked by a tree branch, which kind of poked the hole through, but there's just water underneath there. It's bubbling up. I will hopefully be repairing that with car filler, then sand down and bit of touch-up paint. That's not the only area where we can see the kind of bubbles of rust or rust starting to poke through. Another area here is the windscreen pillars, both sides. No real hole there yet, but it's starting to come through and it needs repairing. It's clearly a kind of vital part of the structure, and it needs fixing. Next thing to mention then are the bumpers. The state of the bumpers, not good. A lot of flaking of the kind of top layer there. The front splitter itself down here as well, clearly been cracked. That was a friend that borrowed the car for the day, managed to return it like that, so we'll have to find a replacement for that, get it lifted up and replaced. So the bumpers themselves, I mean, the front and back are in pretty much the same state. Some of it was done by myself with a pressure washer. A lot of it is just over time the kind of scuffs and scratches have developed. But yes, the idea with those is to remove them completely, sand them down, respray them, get them back on. Also on the list for exterior is the rear light housing. It has cracked straight through. Now that was me actually reversing into the Ford camper that's just behind the camera there. It's just the small area there. It's actually passed an MOT with that cracked housing, but obviously needs replacing. So I'll be having a search on eBay, try and find a replacement and getting that swapped out as well. While we're at the rear end of the car here, another thing to mention is this aerial, which does work, but again you can probably tell that is quite bent. That will again need swapping out for a replacement. So the first issue we have inside is the sunroof handle, which obviously is not an essential component of driving the car, but just the first thing that's going on the list. As you can see, the metal handle itself has come detached from the mechanism in the roof itself. Now I do have the handle, but as you can see here, it has completely sheared off. Now it can be wedged on just like that, and it will just about move the sunroof, but obviously it's not ideal. It's missing the trim there, and bonus, I already have the parts required. This is the replacement kind of trim for the surround of the sunroof handle. All their BMW original part, and also a replacement silver mechanism without a sheared end. Okay, so the next issue, which would be quite obvious if you were sat in the passenger side here, is all the exposed wires and the terrible state of the carpet down there. That kind of follows over to the driver's side here. All basically needs kind of retrimming around here as well. The back is not too bad. There are also just various kind of trim bits that, in not a good way really, they were in an okay condition before they went into the garage for the engine work to be done, and it was all just kind of ripped apart a little bit like this. So I mean, this all worked before it went into the garage, so in theory it just needs putting back, but the state of some of these connections, I'm not hopeful that everything is going to work. I have had to put a hat on because the typical English weather has turned. As a bit of a recap then, the issues that we need to sort, or will at least need some sort of attention, are as follows. Starting with the exterior, we have the hole in the roof, the bumpers, the rear light, the windscreen pillars, the scuffs on the bonnet, the aerial, the sunroof, and the dents all over the body. The interior, we have the sunroof handle, the carpets, the driver's seat rear, the damp all inside, the electrics, and the boot area as well. As I touched on at the start of the video, this channel has been created to hold me accountable, to document the process of repairing the car. I am making these videos to get advice from anybody watching, to also kind of keep me motivated to get these things done. So please do feel free to leave a comment on anything that I've mentioned today. Do you think the project is going to be too hard for me as a beginner? Do you think that it's a good starting place? Do you like the car? Anything, please yeah, feel free to let me know. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe. The more feedback I can get, the better. The more advice I can get, the better. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Thanks everyone for watching the first Cobley Captures Cars YouTube video. I will see you in the next one, where we will start to begin on the interior of the E30. See you next time.